Hey guys, this is Spencer from Buildapreneur, and this video is going to show you exactly how to build your email list from scratch for free and quickly. Okay, and as you can see on the screen here, just some proof that I've actually done this in the past few years. We're going to be going over the strategies that I used to build my list to over 25,000 people over the last 2 years. All right, we are back. Now, please remember that this video is actually part of a long series of videos on email marketing. And if you're looking to up your email marketing game, you're going to want to subscribe. Some of the videos coming out next are videos on monetizing your email marketing, on opt-in rates, making your email show up in the inbox, things like that. So click subscribe and click the little bell, and then you'll get notified as those emails come out or as those YouTube videos come out. So let's dive in and talk about email marketing and building that list quickly, okay? So people overcomplicate this. Like, honestly, people tend to think this is such a complicated thing, and there's really 3 things that go into exploding your email list quickly. And the place where people fail is the fact that all of these take work. So if you're not willing to do any work, you might as well stop watching. But if you're willing to put in a little work, these strategies can and do work every single day. So it comes down to 3 different things. It comes down to having a good lead magnet. Okay, and we're going to talk about this. It comes down to having a good landing page where people go and get access to your lead magnet. And it comes down to traffic, getting eyeballs on your lead magnet and your landing page. Okay, so we need a good lead magnet. Basically, a lead magnet is something we're going to give away in exchange for an email address. We're going to give it to them, and they're going to give us their email address. The next thing is we need a good, simple landing page. A landing page is something like this on my website. You can see it's where you give away your lead magnet, and they put in their email address to get access to your lead magnet. And then third, you've got to get a bunch of eyeballs to this, and that's what we'll talk about in the end, is how you're going to get all these people to see this landing page so that they actually put in their email address and get access to the course, and you get access to their email address and the ability to email them and market to them now. Okay, so let's dive in and talk a little bit about creating your first lead magnet, okay? So your lead magnet is what you're going to be offering these people in exchange for their email address. So don't you think it's worth it to put in just a little bit of time, a little bit of effort into this and making it a high quality product, because it's your first impression, right? It's the first thing people are going to get from you, the first product, even if it's free. And if it's terrible and it's lazy and it doesn't look good, guess what? It's going to be hard to sell those people in the future, which is really the whole reason we've actually built this list, right? So there are tons of different kinds of lead magnets that you can create. We're going to go over a few different ones, and I'll actually show you on the screen here some ones that I've liked. But basically, there's really simple ones. Like you could build a checklist where you do like a 10-step checklist of something that you use in your business. 10-step YouTube upload checklist might be something that I have got from somebody in the past. You could do a swipe file where you say, hey, here's like 40 different emails that I've used that have done really well for me. There's a good swipe file, right? You could use write an ebook, which I personally don't love. In fact, I hate ebooks, but people do really well with them, so it is an option. And then one that people really love is like a mini course where you actually take people inside and teach them for 4 or 5 lessons and really kind of get people to know who you are in the process. You can also go really premium with these lead magnets, and these are ones that I love where you can drop like software like Chrome extensions or WordPress plugins or things like that, where they're really like high quality lead magnets, and people will often even share them around and things like that, right? You can kind of grow organically because people like them so much. This works for like case studies or templates, things where you're like really making life easier for people. And there's kind of like this intrinsic value attached to your lead magnet already. We're like, wow, that's worth money, and he's giving it away totally for free. Okay, so let's look at a few of these. These lead magnets will be on landing pages, but we'll just kind of look at them. This is Buffer. If you guys are familiar with Buffer, it's a social media software. They're giving away $6,000 worth of their software, aka a lifetime value, a lifetime access to their software. And you can see it's pretty simple to look at there, but that's what their lead magnet is, and you put in your email, and they're giving you an entry into a contest. Okay, they're not even giving you the software for free; they're giving you an entry into a contest. But it works. Okay, these people are giving away a case study. It says, hey, if you're somebody who's looking to know how to get 114,000 people to give you their email addresses, which most people watching this video are, right? Well, guess what? This person is they've got this case study video where they show you how they were able to do it. So you can kind of see how you're probably sitting there saying, I'm interested in that. I'm interested in that myself, right? It's a case study. It's in depth. You get to like watch them do it. It's really cool. So there's another cool lead magnet people love is those case studies where they can watch over the shoulder. This is a lead magnet right here, okay? It's a weight calculator on the website. It gives you a personalized weight loss analysis. But you can see it requires an email address, and thus you now are building your list. Every time someone puts in an email address here, you get your list. And the last example we're going to do, oh, just kidding. That was the last example we're going to do. But we've got our lead magnet, right? We've built a high quality lead magnet. Now we need a place to deliver that lead magnet. We need a place to send people where they can make that exchange, put in the email, and get access to the email address. And what that is it's what's called a landing page. We're going to show that on the screen as well. We're going to give you an example for the course that I like to send people to from my YouTube videos, which is my free email marketing course. You should go to buildapreneur.com/free and grab this course after the video because it is free. But as you can see, I have a landing page here where they put in an email address and they get access to the whole course. And the key to this landing page is to not overcomplicate it, okay? No matter what your business is, all you need to do is have a few lines that identify your audience's problem and explain how the lead magnet is going to help them solve that small problem, okay? And so you can see, like, I have email marketing secrets, 100% free, no CC required, a step-by-step training on how to create powerful email automations that create raving customers and increase profits, okay? Simple, it says exactly what it is and how it's going to help them, and they put in their email address and go from there, okay? And landing pages can look even simpler than this. I've seen like 10 words on a landing page, like free email marketing course, get access now, right? Like the key here is to make it really, really, really simple so that people instantly know how it's going to benefit them and they're willing to put in their email address. People aren't like crazy picky about putting in an email address, right? They're a little bit, but like you don't have to have this huge sales page just to get somebody to put in an email address. And that's like the biggest problem I think I see on landing pages when I'm asked to review landing pages is they really want to hit home that lead magnet and they want to do like bullet points of everything that it can do, and that's just a little overkill for a lead magnet, for something that you're just asking for an email address in exchange for. Now, one of my favorite places that I go to, or that I build my lead magnet landing pages is a software called ClickFunnels. There's a link down below. I like ClickFunnels basically because it makes it very, very easy. You can see on the page here, there's just a ton of templates, and you basically click the template and it will take that template and import it, it calls it a funnel, into your ClickFunnels account, and then all you've got to do is maybe change the color or change the text, and you now have a nice opt-in page that people can go put in their email address for, okay? And so you can see I'm all ready to go. I now have this. I picked a bad one, or one that I don't like at least. But anyway, now I just have to go and edit this, and I'm ready to go, okay? So there's a link down to ClickFunnels down below. There's also a link to a software called Landingi if you don't want to pay for ClickFunnels. ClickFunnels is a little more expensive. Landingi is a little cheaper. It just has less options. Anyway, there's tons of different softwares out there that can help you do this, where you create this landing page and go from there. I'm going to give you a little bonus tip in the middle here. Most people send their audience to a thank you page after they put in their email address, right? So you come here, they type get access or something, and they put in their email address, and then most people send them to a little thank you page that says thank you, like we're good to go. And I honestly do this as well in some of my funnels, but they're missing out on a huge opportunity. Okay, you've got a thank you page, which is a large group of people sitting here, and all you're doing is saying thank you. Like, this is an awesome opportunity where you can start selling them. You've already got their email address. Now you can start selling them or preparing them to be sold, maybe through your email sequence or something like that. So on your thank you page, don't just say thank you. Make an offer to them, and you'll be surprised how many people are like, yeah, I'm interested in that offer, and they hop in and take that offer. And now you're making money while you're building your email list, right? You're before they've even received an email from you, you are starting to make money off them. And this way you can kind of balance out any costs that come into building your email list. Okay, now we need to get eyeballs on our offer. And this is honestly the most broad of the points here, because there's so many different ways to do it. And so I'm going to kind of talk about some ways I recommend and some mindset things that you need to be thinking through as you're doing that. The mindset thing is you need to understand that fast and free tend to not go well together online. And especially with something like building your email list, you can build your email list insanely fast using paid ads, right? Paying people or websites or whatever it is to send you traffic, but that's not free, okay? On the converse side, free, there is a total way to get tons of free traffic to your offer, but it tends to take time and it slowly builds up over time. Okay, so it doesn't tend to be fast when you're going the free route, and that's honestly something that you'll have to understand throughout your internet marketing journey, is that those two things tend to not go great together, despite what you see in a lot of people's lead magnets and a lot of like ads you'll see on Facebook and stuff like that. For the most part, you don't tend to see explosions, email lists just exploding for free. But let's talk about how I would do it. I'll teach you kind of the fast way that I would go about it, and that I have gone about it, and the free way that I honestly prefer. Takes more time, but yields just awesome results in the end. So the fast way, you can go out and you can pay places like Facebook and Google and Instagram ads and Pinterest ads, and you can run these ads on these platforms and just make an ad. The ad links directly to your opt-in page, right? You can see my opt-in page right here, and you're good to go. The problem there is they're complicated. Okay, most people kind of struggle to learn these platforms. What I've found to be much better with just doing something like building an email list is to actually reach out to people like influencers and people that have audiences already that are very related to your lead magnet here, and seeing if they're willing to either promote it for free or take some money and then promote it to their audience. And a lot of them are willing to take money and promote it to their audience because that's how they monetize their audience. Okay. So good places to do this would be, you could go to Instagram, okay? So Instagram.com, right? And you usually have to do this on a phone, not stories. You'll go to Instagram.com and you'll start finding people in your niche. For example, Rachel Peterson is someone in my niche. And you'll start following them, and you'll start direct messaging these people, okay? And you'll say, hey, I've got this, I'd like to promote a little bit to your audience. I'm totally willing to pay you. And how much would you require me to pay you to get a story, or to get you to make an Instagram post about me or something like that, okay? And a lot of these Instagrammers, they don't make a ton of money, and they're willing to do this for fairly cheap. Some will even be willing to do it for free if you add a little and I'll throw in a free training to your audience or something like that. But all you're going to do is you're going to direct message them. There's softwares that do this, that connect you to these influencers. I've never loved these softwares. If you know one that you love, you can comment below with it. But I've never been a huge fan of these softwares. I found it goes much better if I just start following a ton of people that are in my space, and then I just direct message them and connect with them and ask them, just straight up personably asking them. You can do the same thing on blogs. You can go to blog posts, and all blogs have contacts, and you can say, hey, I'm wondering if you're willing to make a post about this, or if I could pay you to email your audience about this. Same thing on YouTube channels. You can make a comment under one of a YouTube person's videos. For example, in my video right here, and you can say something like, hey, how much would it cost for you to promote me to your audience? And they'll say, a number that's crazy out of your range, or they'll say, hey, honestly, not much. I love this lead magnet you've created. It looks like something that would benefit my audience. Let's get together and find a way to do it. Okay, so. This takes time, right? You've got to go out on these platforms, and you've got to find and create a list of people that potentially have audiences that could benefit from your lead magnet, and then you've got to go do manual outreach and potentially pay them as you do. Now remember, we talked about earlier that you can, bonus tip, you can send people after they give you your email address to a sales page, and then you can start balancing out that cost, right? It typically won't completely erase it, but you can start making some money at the same time. And then as your emails start going out, obviously those make even more. The second way, the free way, okay, this free but slightly slower way, is the way that I recommend, just because I love the math of it, okay? And what I'm talking about is YouTube, Google, Quora, Pinterest. All these things have one thing in common. It's that they're search engines, okay? And I love to create content for search engines and then ask for people's email addresses within that content. So for example, if you go to my blog, buildapreneur.com/blog, you will see a very slow loading page, and then you will see some blog posts here, and these start showing up in Google, okay? And they show up in Google, and when someone goes to read them, like how to build an email list, hey, this is very on point. You can see right here, I've got a pop-up where I make an offer, and there's an offer for my lead magnet, right? And I can grow my email list this way. They're seeing my little mini landing page right here, and I can grow my email list like this. And the reason I love this is the math behind it, okay? And the math behind these search engines is Search engine content tends to last for a very long time. In fact, there'll be an influx of people that watch this YouTube video, but then there'll be people that watch this video, every day for weeks, months, or even years later if all goes well, right? That's my dream. Give me a little like to kind of make that happen. But anyway, there's going to be a lot of people that watch this even a year from now. They'll watch this YouTube video, they'll see the part where I referenced my free email marketing training, and they'll go down below, click get access, and give me their email address. Which means that a year from now, I'm gonna, my email list is gonna grow by 1 for some work that I did a year ago. And if you could consistently work and put out content, daily or weekly for a full year or 2 years like I've done, you get to the point where your email list actually grows on autopilot. So I'm at the point now where I actually just disappeared for a month. I went and we did a family vacation kind of thing for a month. I put out very little content on that vacation, and my list continued to grow at almost the exact same rate because I had all this content being found by search engines and brought up to my audience, and they were putting in their email address, okay? So that's why I love this route, this route where you create blog posts, you create YouTube videos, you put out things in Pinterest and Quora, because that stuff can generate traffic for a very, very, very long time. And I've got entire videos on how that all works, but essentially you're going to create content that's very related to your lead magnet, right? So my lead magnet is how to double your profits with email automation. And you can see it's showing up on an article, how to build an email list. So can you see how those two would be totally related? I've created content that is very related to my lead magnet. And now when people go read this content, there's a very good chance that they hop in and grab that lead magnet and give me their email address, and I can now start marketing to them. So what is your next step? Your next step is to learn more about email marketing, and the way you do that is you go down below, you go to click the link, and you go to buildapreneur.com/free and get access to my full email marketing course for free. Not only will you have the course, but then you can kind of watch my email marketing in action. Thank you for watching.